let's get started. Lesson 15. Let's these blinds closed because it puts a glare on my face. So lesson 15, 8-7 math. Come on, not already. Lesson 15, 8-7 math. So we're on page 92. We're on page 92. I'm gonna start from there. So we're doing equivalent fractions, reducing fractions. So we're doing equivalent fractions and then we're gonna work on reducing those fractions. So first off, what is an equivalent fraction? Those are different fractions that name the same number are called equivalent fractions. So an example of that, I'm going to draw my little pie chart here. Part with Mr. Doomer. You don't want that. Oh, thanks. You guys don't have to lie. It's okay. Thanks. So, first off, what do you guys, whoever's copying, you doing okay? Yeah. Okay, good. So, first off, what is this first one? How much of it is shaded, Bethy? Half. 1/2 of it is shaded. The second one right here, Abby, how much of this one is shaded? The second one right here. Half of it, yep, that would be the reduced form. So there's 2/4, yep. Answer that when I call on you, okay, bud? So 2/4 of it is shaded. And then Caleb, how much of this one is? 4/8, yep. I could have done 3/6. Yeah. So equivalent fractions, these are all equal to each other because they are all reduced to the same number. Okay, so that is what we're doing for equivalent fractions. So let's try out example numero uno. Example number 1. Example 1, find an equivalent fraction for 2/3 that has a denominator of 12. Okay, so first off, our end goal, where is our denominator? In the top of it or the bottom of our fraction? Jaden, is the denominator in the top or the bottom of our fraction? So the top is the numerator, which leaves it to be in the denominator. So our end goal, we want it to look like this. So our fraction is 2/3. And how would I finish this off, William? Both by, yeah, 4. And why did you choose 4/4?
Well, I did choose.
Yeah, I know why.
I chose that because, well, because it's a whole number when you times it by 2.
So why didn't you pick 3/3 or 2/2? It wouldn't make sense because, Harris, can you help finish that? I know you know why, William.
Well, the reason I would do it that way is I usually do it with 12 divided by the denominator.
Exactly. So William, what you did in your head was you said 12 divided by 3 is 4. So you took 4/4. That's going to give me a denominator of 12. That's what you did in your head. You just couldn't think of the why. I know you know why. And so 2 times 4, what's that going to be, Bethy?
2 times 4 is
8. Yep, it's all dotted. 8/12. 8/12 is going to be my equivalent fraction for 2/3.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Why?
Isn't 2/3 times 4/4 just 2/3 times? Yeah, but you have to do it a certain.
So the question says that we want an equivalent fraction that has 12 in our denominator. So that's why I did this. But yes, the reduced form would be 2/3.
Oh, there, now I see.
Yeah, Caleb? So that is 4/4 equals 1. 4/4 equals 1. And so it wants me to have an end denominator of 12. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, if it wanted my end denominator to be 6, I would multiply it by 2/2. Right. So, yep, that is that one. That is example 1. Let's try example number 2. Good questions, guys. Good questions. Okay, example 2. Find a fraction equivalent to 1/3 that has a denominator of 6. Next, find a fraction equivalent to 1/2 with a denominator of 6. All right, so I have 1/3, and I want my n number to have a denominator of 6. What am I going to multiply 3 times to get that? Bethy? Sure.
Since you asked. No.
No. We have a bunch we can make this one.
What question is perfect? Okay, so first we would do 6 divided by 3, which is 2. We know that we have to multiply this stuff by 2. And 1 times 2 is 2. So our answer is 2/6.
Yep. So now the next one, so that was the first one. Now it wants us to do 1/2. It wants us to do 1/2. Hope I'm using blue. That's okay. We need an end result. We want an end result of 6 to be in our denominator. Abby, what would I do? What would I multiply 2 by to get an answer of 6 in my denominator? 3, yep. So 3/3, good job. So 3 times 1 is going to be 3. 2 times 3 is going to be 6. So my equivalent fraction to 1/2 would be 3/6. Good job. Yeah, let me explain what we're doing for this part, and then yeah, get rid of my blue or purple. I feel like you guys might be lying to me because that really looks like blue.
It's purple.
It's in purple.
We're all just joking. You just do it. No, it's purple. It's blue.
Purple. Okay, that's okay. I'm okay with it. Okay, so reducing fractions. Reducing fractions. So an inch ruler provides another example of equivalent fractions. So the segment in the figure below is 1/2 inch long. By counting the tick marks on the ruler, we will see there are several equivalent fraction or equivalent names for 1/2. So just looking at that ruler, 1/2 is one way of saying that. You can also do 2/4 of an inch, 4/8 of an inch, and also 8/16 of an inch. How many of you guys have used a tape measure or a ruler for any kind of project where you're making something? Probably a lot of us, right? Yeah, so if you've ever made something, if you're ever going to make something, which when you guys are adults one day, if you ever own a house, you're going to be using a tape measure. I never really made a lot of things when I was your guys' age because my dad would just do it or my grandpa would just do it. But now that I have my own house, things break a lot. So now I'm having to do everything. I'm having to learn how to fix a leaky sink. I'm learning how to have to install a deck. I'm learning how to have to install air conditioning into my house. So once you guys are getting all these things, it's good to know how to have that skill now, especially reading a tape measure, because that's very important for almost every project. Okay? Yeah, Jaden. With the deck? Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, I might have to hit her up. All right. So, lowest terms. So it is customary to reduce fractions to lowest terms. Okay, so we were going the opposite way. We were finding equivalent fractions. Now we're going to reduce. Now we're going to reduce, which is what you guys were saying. Mr. Doomer, why are you going in that direction? It's already in its lowest form. So if we have 18/24, let's reduce that to lowest terms. Oasis, come on down. Don't worry, I'll come up with another one for those of you who would like to do one. Now I am shielded from your germs. Oh, really? Okay. So reduce that to lowest terms. Go ahead, pick your color and right away. Shrek is green.
Yeah.
That's going to give you a box. You don't want a box.
It's just like feeling.
Yeah, it does. How would I reduce that to the lowest terms? What is in common? What goes into both of those? First off, they're both even numbers, right? Huh?
4.
Is 4 going to 18?
No.
No. So let's just, since they're both even.
6 goes into 18.
Yes. So you can try 6. I was just going to say try 2 because they're both even
Divide them by
numbers.
6.
Yep, divide them both by 6. What's 18 divided by 6?
3.
And then what's
4.
1 to 4? Yeah, so 3/4. Good job. See, you knew how to do it.
It's 75.
Yeah. This way.
Oh, thank you, Oasis.
Have fun.
Oh, thanks. You're so kind. He's pointing to his answer. He's making sure Mr. Doomer knows what his answer is.
I make my answer always go up.
And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, so let's try and reduce 3. So example 4. Example 4, we're going to reduce 3 and 8/12 to lowest terms. Courtney, can you reduce this to its lowest term?
Like it improper.
Not improper. Yeah, you can leave it as a mixed number like this. So it'd be 3 and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, just reduce the fraction. Yep, just simplify that fraction.
I got my. What do you think? There's one common number between these two. It's gonna be 2, right? So you're gonna divide them both by 2. Plus 4 divided by 2, or no, 6. And then you do it again. Very slow. Come on, I just come. 3 2/3. Very slow.
Yeah, right.
That's beautiful.
I could have done divided by 4, but I didn't.
Hey.
How much should we do?
Courtney.
You did it right.
Over again.
Now go back. Just copy it off my notebook.
Yeah. You can also do it.
No, Dylan, no, that's the correct answer.
Yeah, no, I know. You could also do it divided by 4. This is the faster way.
What?
This is the faster way for smarty pants.
Oh, no, I'm just saying. You should do that before.
So
Does
it's
it make sense, Ellen? Yeah, okay.
3 and
Did you get it?
I did it a slow way and a fast way.
Faster way, because you divided by 2 twice. Nice.
Yeah.
3 2/3. Good. All right, so that is example 4. Any questions for those of you who are in this math? Yeah, Aries? That's not a question? Well, it is a question. Caleb? So yeah, if you wanted to write that as a mixed number, yeah, that'd be fine. Yep, but I told her that just to write it like this. But either way, I would accept it. Good question. So let's move on to example 5 so we can keep cruising through this. So Aries, you want to come up and do example 5? I know you do. All right, write 12/9. Write 12/9 as a mixed number with the fraction reduced. So you're going to write it as a mixed number and the fraction will need to be reduced. So here you go. I'm going to go around and help people. So explain what you're doing.
Okay, so first I'm gonna use red. But first I just minus 9 from the numerator because I'm making a whole number, so minus 9. I'm just gonna put 0. Oops. 1. 1. One, and there, the final answer will be the same color to show you I'm done.
Oh, thank you. All right, so what do you do?
Well,
You made a rainbow.
I do it in a different way. I just minus the 9, so it is the whole number.
Oh, so you subtracted, okay.
I always put the 0 because I don't want to write it without making a fraction.
So you turned it into 1 3/3, or 3/9. Yep, because you were able to take a whole number out from subtracting 9 over 9.
And I divide 3 by numerator and denominator, but I didn't want to take up the whole string.
Right, that makes sense. Yep, that looks good. Good, good. Any questions on how Aries did that? Is that your hand up or are you stretching? Stretching? Sure, why not? Let me get it written down here first. All right, example 6. Example 6, simplify 7/9 minus 1/9. So 7/9 minus 1/9. Go ahead and do that. Elaborate on what you're doing. Everyone else stay quiet. If someone help out, come up with that now.
And so it's just like any other subtraction problem. First one minus the 7 and the 1, 6. Since these are your denominators in the same, you don't minus those, so it's just still 9. But these two you can reduce, so that's what you want to do. You want to reduce them. You want to find a number that they both, like the greatest common factor of them, and you want to divide them both by that. So an example, that would be like, let's start with 3. 3 divided by 2 divided by would be 3. And that's your answer. Woo. After all, you use Shrek voices.
We got our beautiful Shrek there.
There's your Shrek.
This is so beautiful. He looks kind of like an alien, but I guess Shrek looks like an alien too. All right. He looks like a pig. It's like a pig Shrek. Okay. Example 7. Bring it back, guys. I want to keep having fun in math, so let's keep doing well. Keep it quiet so while I'm talking. Okay, example 7. Write 70% as a reduced fraction. 70% as a reduced fraction. So someone who hasn't come up yet, Jaden, can you come up and do this one? So write 70% as a reduced fraction. Abby did one at the beginning. Sophie did one.
What?
Yeah. So you're gonna write 70% as a reduced fraction. So turn 70% into a fraction and then reduce it to simplest terms. Okay?
Oasis could have done it.
He's done one.
What?
Quiet.
Because the fraction's usually out of 100, it's going to be always over 100 usually. No, it's over. Yeah, you can reduce it. Okay. How do you? Okay, so I'm gonna reduce it.
Yay! So I've taken, when I was in high school, I took a couple classes through PCC. I took some classes through PSU as well. So I did stats when I was in high school through PSU so I could have college credit. Please stop, Courtney. Okay, so that's the last example. So for the rest of the class, you guys can finish up your science. Your math homework is up on the board over there. So lesson 15, page 95, A through T, so all the letters, and then number 1 through 19, odd. So close to about 20 problems. So pretty standard. You guys still have about, you have until 10:45. So you guys still have another 45 minutes to get all that finished. And you guys also have study hall today. So you guys got time.